again, everybody out there. Mark Mannering here from Class Training with another you-know-what, 3 tips in 3 minutes, more or less. And I get this question all the time. Mark, can you explain the difference between OneDrive, SharePoint, Teams, all to do with the documents and files that I'm working on, that I'm editing, that I'm sharing with my colleagues and so on? Where does it all sit? How does it all work? How can you make it easier? Let's get into it. So tip 1 is to understand the difference between OneDrive and SharePoint from the point of view of how your documents are stored in both of those. Now I've got a screenshot here of my File Explorer, and some of you who have been along to our sessions would have seen this before. But in the old days, we used to have like a H drive for our own documents, H for home or P for personal. You still might have a H drive, and you can see my name there. So what's going to happen now, or has probably already happened in your organization, is those documents will now be in the OneDrive area. And it says there, OneDrive Class Training. I wish it would say Mark Mannering, OneDrive. And Microsoft won't return my phone calls, make it a lot easier to understand. But now instead of my H drive on the server, or as well as, I'll have my documents stored in the OneDrive section of my File Explorer. So again, these are my documents, no one else can get to them. Again, in the old days, we might have had an S drive where it says corporate there, for example, S for share, or it might be P for public, whatever it might be, and you still might have that in your organization. Those shared documents on that shared drive now will be moved to the SharePoint version of the cloud storage. So you can see a little building icon there with Class Training next to it. And now if I share a document from my OneDrive with someone else, it will move into their SharePoint example or space. Now the second big tip is to manage your OneDrive and SharePoint documents within File Explorer. We're looking at a File Explorer screenshot here. And now here's File Explorer, and you can see my actual OneDrive files and folders there. And there you go, in the blink of an eye, there's the browser-based version of my files in my OneDrive, and those folders there are exactly the same as what they are back here in File Explorer. And there you go, in the blink of an eye, I've created a new folder in File Explorer. And because it's already set up, I go to my browser-based version of OneDrive, although I don't need to, I'm just double checking. And you can see that same folder's been automatically synchronized here as well. And the third and final tip is to do the same thing with any documents or any folders stored in your team space. So for example, I've got my team here called HR Department. I'll create a new channel. So I'll just go right click and add channel. And we'll call the channel something like Reports and Regulations. Just click Add. So there it is there. And as you should know, each channel within your team space has its own Files tab. So clicking on Files, there's nothing there at the moment. And I can upload and therefore share documents with my team within that particular channel. So there's my Teams window next door to my File Explorer to show you the similarities. And you can see the folder name on the left there comes from the name of the team and its channel. So now what I can do is, instead of uploading here into my team space by bringing up Teams and so on, I'll just get this out of the way. What I can do is use my File Explorer to drag in files and folders, and it makes it much easier. Okay, so here's a file that's sitting on my desktop, and what I want to do is upload that into my team space, into that particular team and channel. I've got the folder for that team and channel on the left-hand side, and all I do is click and drag into that folder as you normally would do. Click the folder to double check, and there it is. And I don't need to double check, but I will, but there it is there, that same file, automatically uploaded, synchronized with my team space. All done, go home early. So there you go, people, 3 big tips. Number 1, understand the difference between your OneDrive and SharePoint as far as where your documents are stored. Number 2, synchronize or set up the synchronization between your File Explorer and your OneDrive and SharePoint. Tip number 3, do the same thing with your team space. And when they're shared within Teams, they sit in the SharePoint folder as well. We cover all this in our OneDrive and Teams sessions, so have a look on the website showing there or down there for the sessions coming up. Hope to see you then. Mark Mannering signing off until next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.